Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter is the ideal book for the optimistic entrepreneur. If improving your business mindset is one of your goals, you are in the right place. Curtis Jackson gives life-changing tips which will help you improve your personal development and growth journey. Curtis Jackson has 9 lessons throughout this book which helps develop the strategy of a hustler and business mogul. The author uses hustler as a character trait and defines a hustler as a go-getter who uses their energy every day to achieve goals despite any obstacles on their path. The first of the author's 9 lessons is to be fearless. Fear is not the number one hindrance to success. Being complacent with your fears is. The fear of start, the fear of failure, the fear of loneliness, the fear of the unknown are all relatable fears. But the author makes a point that people cannot become complacent with those fears. For example, if you fear failure, you cannot give into that fear and stop taking risks. Never let fear control your destiny. The author states a good way to conquer your fear is to become confident. And you do that by dedicating yourself to learning everything that you can about a particular field. Once you know the ins and outs of your field, speak up. Let people know the skill set you have and the value you can bring to the table. The author lets us know if you are afraid to show your skill set, you will never reach your true potential in life. Do not let fear stop you from being perceived at your full value. The second lesson is to cultivate a heart of a hustler. The author makes a point that hard work is critical to your success. If you're not hustling your absolute hardest, you will not reach your full potential. If you want to be successful, you will need a strong work ethic. Having a strong work ethic as a character trait will allow you to effectively implement hustling smarter into your business strategies. It is true that many people find success through talent, luck, and circumstance, but people will not be able to hold on to success without hard work and cultivating a heart of a hustler. Remember to hustle in industries you understand. The mixture of passion and understanding will give you a divine confidence to help you climb to the top. Possibly the best example of a hustling team will be that of the 2 Steves who worked passionately building the first Apple computers. The technical skills came from Wozniak and the business skills came from Jobs. They completed each other. As of 2023, Apple became the most valuable publicly listed firm with a market cap of over $3 trillion. Do you remember when I said Steve Jobs and Wozniak completed each other? The third lesson is to build a strong crew. The author starts this lesson stating that no one makes it on their own. For example, 50 Cent as an artist recorded songs, but he had a team of managers, attorneys, agents, and more assisting him to create his vision to reality. The problem comes with picking the people you want in your team. Pick the right people and you can build a team that will take you to the top. Pick the wrong people and your vision can be disrupted before it gets on track. Having the ability to recognize your character traits you want people to have on your team is critical to help your business grow. Picking the right people to surround you does not stop at a business level. It's crucial to judge character on a personal level and have great personal relationships as well. The average total cost of a divorce is $12,900, and you may have to split half of what you own with your ex-partner. This is just one example of how personal relationships can cost you if you do not judge character correctly. The author states you should strive for balance when building a team. Your team should be full of people that you trust, old and new. Be sure to gauge the true nature of people you meet and make sure you observe strong work ethic and loyalty traits. Try to find people who complement you. For example, if you are missing creative skills and are great at running the operations of a business, network with artists, marketers, and photographers. Find people who can give you knowledge in areas you are weak in. This will help you evolve and complete projects on a high level. Make sure your team knows the objectives of your mission and demand a disciplined and dedicated team, even if that means letting the wrong person for your team go. Make sure that your team is motivated and encouraged to do their absolute best. If the energy of the room is off, finding a way to change the energy to inflict a positive atmosphere, maybe with a pep talk or a confidence building activity, would be best. The objective here is to lock your team into a great mindset to attain the goal. The fourth lesson of this book is knowing your value. The author's focal point of this lesson is to not rush into a deal that's undervalued or has no longevity. Be strategic to get paid the maximum value of what you are worth. The author states the right deal is out there for those who wait. Imagine a small technology startup eager to expand its product line and secure a foothold in the market. The company, in its enthusiasm to diversify quickly, hastily enters a partnership with a manufacturer overseas without conducting thorough due diligence. Seduced by promises of low production costs and quick turnaround times, the startup neglects to thoroughly vet the manufacturer's reputation, quality control measures, and adherence to ethical labor practices. As a result, the startup soon discovered significant issues ranging from subpar product quality to reports of unethical labor conditions. The rushed decision not only tarnishes the startup brand's reputation, but also results in financial loss due to the need for extensive product recalls and legal challenges. This example illustrates the pitfalls of rushing into a business deal without careful consideration, highlighting the importance of due diligence, comprehensive research, and strategic decision-making in business ventures. Currently, we are in the information age, and the fifth lesson of this book is evolve or die. The author states, look around you. Everything changes. Everything on the earth is in a continuous state of evolving. We are not put on the earth to remain stagnant. This is a quote by Steve Maraboli. The author wants the reader to make the necessary shifts and adjustments needed to maintain a successful business. In business, if you are not constantly improving or learning new information, you will not survive long. For example, let's take a look at Blockbuster. Blockbuster went out of business primarily due to its failure to adapt to the digital revolution in the entertainment industry. The company, which once dominated the video rental market, was slow to embrace online streaming services, allowing competitors like Netflix to gain a significant edge. Blockbuster's reliance on a traditional brick-and-mortar model with high operational costs, coupled with an outdated reliance on late fees, became unsustainable. The company's failure to innovate, coupled with a significant debt burden from an ambitious expansion strategy, ultimately led to its decline. As consumer preferences shifted towards convenient, on-demand digital content, Blockbuster's failure to pivot effectively resulted in a loss of market relevance and ultimately bankruptcy in 2010. The sixth lesson of this book is the power of perception. The world will see you the way you see yourself and treat you how you treat yourself. This is a powerful rule used in business to help shape the direction of the brand. People and businesses must pay attention to the image they give to the outside world because that image determines how others will see you. The author explains how his image not only helped him sell more records, but also gave him the freedom to be himself because his image was transparent from the start. One of the greatest powers that you have is being yourself. Presenting the best version of yourself will take you where you want to go and possibly further. You must project the right appearance and look your best depending on the occasion. Not only your physical appearance matters, you also must control the conversation and use your energy positively so subconsciously people become agreeable and receptive of your message. The author wants you to own your true narrative and take full control of your destiny. The final point of this lesson wants you to let people show their true selves to you. Allow people to be honest with you about who they truly are and build a relationship with them according to that perception. The seventh lesson of this book is don't be afraid to compete. For example, McDonald's and Burger King are fierce competitors in the fast food sector. For ages, these two world champions have been fighting each other for market share, customer loyalty, and innovation. In the Burger Wars, the two firms have launched competitive marketing campaigns, adding new menu items, and regularly renovated their restaurants so as to attract customers. McDonald's Big Mac and Burger King's Whopper constitute a classic example of how competition drives innovation and customer engagement in the fast food industry. This ongoing competition continues to change the face of the fast food industry, where each restaurant tries to outdo the others and maintain its competitive edge. In the end, competition should bring the best out of you and bring you to accomplish more goals. The author informs to be wary of competition not on the same path as you, which could be distracting. Another principle of this lesson is to keep a written book or a scouting report on your opponent. Do they come into work earlier than you? How do they build relationships? Are they more outgoing? How do they go about problem solving? Do they overpromise? These are strength and weakness questions that can help you improve your performance and strike on your opponent when necessary. The eighth and one of the most valuable lessons in this book is to learn from your losses. Every experience should be a lesson, good or bad, win or lose. Most successful people take more losses than wins in the span of their careers, but their losses make them better, which ultimately make their wins greater. This is a skill that is going to separate you from the pack and allow you to preserve even when times get hard. The author quotes Nikki Giovanni, "Mistakes are a fact of life. It is a response to the error that count." An excellent example of learning from losses comes from the world of sports, particularly basketball, and involves the legendary basketball player Michael Jordan. In the late 1980s, Jordan's Chicago Bulls faced repeated defeats in the NBA playoffs, especially against the Detroit Pistons. These losses were particularly frustrating for Jordan, who saw them as significant obstacles in his pursuit of an NBA championship. Instead of becoming disheartened, Jordan used these losses as learning experience. He recognized that to succeed, he needed to not only enhance his individual skills, but also elevate the performance of his entire team. This realization led to a transformation in his leadership style and a greater focus on teamwork. Jordan and the Bulls subsequently went on to win 6 NBA championships, showcasing the powerful impact of learning from losses and using setbacks as stepping stones to future success. This example demonstrates that resilience, self-reflection, and a commitment to improvement can turn losses into valuable opportunities for growth and achievement. The ninth and final lesson of this book is to avoid the entitlement trap. You must take full accountability and responsibility of your life. You must remember to get everything that you want using your work ethic because no one owes you anything. The author quotes Henry Ford, There is joy in work. There is no happiness except in the realization that we have accomplished something. Working allows us many benefits like giving back to others. The author states in order to be a true hustler, you have to chase the gratification that can only come from making things happen yourself. When you have a vision that no one else can identify with, you have to pour everything that you have into it. You will see the best version of your life. If someone handed you that life, the life will not feel as amazing or inspiring. You should remember you can only get true fulfillment from enjoying the accomplishments you made happen yourself. I hope you gain valuable wisdom from Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. If you want more valuable summaries that can develop and improve your life, please click the subscribe button below. And don't forget to share your value with the world.